Hi everyone. I'm going to be doing question 3 of week 2B homework. So today we're looking at how changing the shape of a wire completely changes its electrical resistance. And to visualize this, I drew two wires. So you could think of these wires like water pipes. So I've drawn wire 1 here and it's short and wide, and wire 2 is twice as long and it is half as wide. So half R. So we want to figure out how much harder it is going to be for our current to push through this second skinnier pipe. So let's quickly look at our variables here. So I wrote here that R is going to be our resistance, and it's measured in ohms. B is the resistivity, or like the type of material, like for example, copper, and it's in ohms times meters. And L is gonna be our length in meters. And R is our radius, or like how wide or how small the opening is. And both of those are measured in meters. So the formula for resistance is R equals the material times length over A. But since our pipe has a circular opening, the area is pi r squared. So our complete recipe is resistance equals the material times length over pi r squared. Pi r squared. So now let's look at wire 2 over here. It's the same material, so the ma P doesn't change, but let's plug in its new dimensions. So this one over here, I'm just gonna shoot, move it so we know that this is for wire 1. And so for wire 2, it will be R wire 2 is the same material, and then um we will put the 2 in front of the length, a 2 in front of the length, and we will replace the radius with 1/2 r inside parentheses, so it will be pi 1/2 r squared. And so when we square the bottom, so 1/2 squared, we would get 1/4. Wait, so yeah, 1/2 squared is 1/4. And so now we have 2L over 1/4. So it would be 2 over 1/4, which would basically, when you divide by a fraction, you just flip it and multiply. So that will be 2 times 4, which um 2 times 4 will give us 8. So now we'll pull the 8 all the way back to the front. So let's rewrite our thing. R2 equals 8 times the material over length over pi r squared. Pi r squared. Um, and basically we could just simplify this a bit because this part is basically the same as R. So R2 equals 8 times wire 1, basically. So that will tell us that making this pipe twice as wide makes it 8 times harder for electricity to flow. I mean, twice as long as and half as wide, basically, was what I meant, will make it 8 times harder for the electricity to flow through this one. And so since our first wire had a resistance of 0.10 ohms, um, we can just multiply that by 8 because that's what we figured out. So, um, 8 times 0.1 ohms would give us 0.80 ohms. And that's what gives us our final answer of 0.80 ohms. So, thank you for watching.